Right, this little workout is, I've done it for a one-on-one client, a personal training client, but it's a good one for any of you. It's a short workout, just a gentle mobilizer, and kind of just an all-over one. Okay, all-over workout. Nothing too strenuous, but just good to keep you moving. So we'll start with a warm-up. It's going to start feet hip distance apart, and we're just going to squat and circle through. And if your shoulders don't like that, you don't have to do the circles. You can just come up and back down. So just coming up onto tippy toes and squatting through. So either straight arm or add the circle. Couple more, going this way, and then go back the other way. And again, same thing. If you don't want to do the circles with the arms, you don't have to. You can just swing them. I'm going to try and do 10 of everything, but as I'm not good at counting and talking at the same time, I can't guarantee there will be 10 of everything. There might be a few extras. So I've already got 2 more, maybe. Last one. Okay, then we're just going to do our figure of 8, so the feet are a little bit wider. So we're just mobilising the shoulders and the waist, knees, hips and ankles. So these little warm-up, these first few exercises are really good if you're just sitting at your desk and you just need to get up and do something to move your body before you sit back down for your next hours of slogging away on the computer. Right, and we'll move into waist twist. We're just taking that rotation a little bit further. I want you to think about growing tall through the spine, trying to get that movement right through the waist as we get that stretch coming out of the hip as you twist through. Just gentle breathing. Last one. All right, elbow to knee. So we're trying to reach. Now if you find you can't get your elbow to the knee, you can get the hand. Because that could be for whatever reason. Maybe you've got a pregnant tummy. Maybe your hips are too tight. Can't get the knee that high. Whatever works. It's just that cross body to get it kind of connecting through the middle. Okay, now we're going to go behind. So this is that coordination. Hand to opposite foot. Couple more. And then I'm going to go to curtsy stretch. Just going to step and stretch. Step and stretch. Nearly there with these warm-up exercises. One more each side. Easy. All right, now we're going to go into the exercises. So nice and wide, just going to do squats. I'm going to get you to add in arms if you wish. It's going to circle up and sink down. Breath in and sink. So I've picked the wider stance because it just helps to open up that lower back and just change the angle of your hips if you've been sitting compared to a narrow squat. Because if you do a lot of sitting on a chair, you're already practicing that squat position really well, albeit not very functionally. So this just helps to open up. And I bet I've done more than 10 already. That's okay. You never do too many of these. Okay, then from here, we're just going to reach side to side. Now it doesn't matter if you can't reach the floor. Try and push the bottom back. Keep your back straight. We're just loading side to side. Trying to bring the opposite hand to foot. Do one more each side. Again, I've done way more than 10. It doesn't take too long to do those. Staying in that wide squat, we're going to stretch that back fascia line. Whoop. Try and reach that foot. Squat and kick. Now I have exceptionally long arms and short legs, so I can reach my feet quite easily. If you can't reach your foot, doesn't matter. You can just reach the knee or the shin, just as far as you can reach. Okay, I'll come back around here so I can see my list that's on the floor. Last one. Well done. Okay, then we're going to have feet hip distance apart. We're just going to do some calf raises. So if you've got something that you can hold, whether a dumbbell or something that weighs a little bit of something, then you can. But you don't have to. I'm just going to pump up through those feet, work those calves. So this is just helpful to activate your feet, especially if you're sitting a lot. Helps get that lymphatic system moving. Easy, see? Last one. Okay. Now we've got a little balance challenge. Now if you've got something near you can hold on to, do that. All I need you to do is just swing your leg and then catch that foot. So we're coming to like a quad stretch. You're going to stretch up, or if you're holding on to something, just hold on. And we're going to bend this knee, so that supporting leg, and we're going to tilt forwards. You might slide your hand down the wall or down the side of a chair and come back up. And tilt again. We're going to do this 5 times on this leg. And again, you don't have to get anywhere near the floor. Keep that leg bent as you come through. So we're just getting a little bit of work into that glute, and we're opening up through that hip. So this is a great little workout for those of you that spend a lot of time sitting. If you just need to wake everything up. Have I done 5? Can't count and talk. It might be 6. And change legs. All right, change legs. Move the chair to the other side, or maybe you're using the wall, so you just turn around. Get comfy first. Balance through that leg. And tilt forwards. You're going to find one side better than the other. I'm trying to look at my notes, that's my excuse. And see what I've written down that comes next. Last one. Easy. Shake that off. Now a little bit of space in front of you because we're going to fold down to down dog. So just stretch up, stretch the arms, chin to chest. Roll on down through that spine, have a little hang, have a little wiggle, and then walk on out to down dog. Make sure I'm still on the screen, I'll go sideways. There I am. Okay, so I want fingers spread, toes spread, push up out of the ground, draw your belly button in, and we're just going to pump the heels. 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy. Take a breath, lower down, so we come down to the ground, pull back to child's pose, hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, and then we're just going to rock through, press, and back. So this exercise just helps to open up and stretch your lower back and hips. Also starting to activate the core, so we're coming through into that plank position. Getting a little bit of load through the shoulders and the chest. Okay, and then if you want to, you can add in press ups there. So we're just going to stay out and just give me 10. I'm staying on my knees, trying to lower shoulders and hips at the same time, keeping that length. Just a couple more. 10. Easy peasy. Come back through onto all fours, move through cat stretch, tuck under, and ease back. And again, tuck under, and ease back. One more time. Roll up onto your knees. So you're going to come off the wrist for a little bit. We want one foot out in front. And we're going to stretch hip flexors. So we stretch up. And then draw back into your hamstring. And lengthen. And again, breath in. And exhale. Draw back. So here we're just stretching all those muscles that get all tight and locked up when we're sitting a lot. Let's do do one more this side and then we'll change sides. I'm trying to keep it quick. Change legs. Ready? Stretch up. And draw back. And again. And back. Last one. And then we're moving into some butt work. Okay. So I'm going to bring you through onto all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Extend opposite arm and leg. And we're going to lift up and down 10 times. We're just focusing across the body. I'm going to bring that in for donkey kick. We come in and push away. Just comfortable breathing. Last one, we're going to add circles, extend, and try and coordinate circling arm and leg. Go 3 to 5 times one way, and then back the other way. Now done. Coming down onto your forearms, bend the knee, and then pulse, foot to ceiling. Just about see my foot. We're trying to keep that knee lifted, zipped up through the front of your core, shoulders away from your ears. And release. Well done. Okay, coming back up on all fours, we'll do the other side. So we extend opposite, lift and lower. Back to that 10 times. Hold, come in and push away. Just comfortable breathing, not holding your breath. Keep that neck in alignment with the spine. Squeeze the butt. And we've got the circles, extend long. Just 3 to 5 times. Take your time, there's no rush with these. Quite a lot of coordination. We're just waking up those glutes. Getting the hips and shoulder girdle, so pelvic girdle, shoulder girdle, to coordinate with the middle of your body. Right, come down onto your forearms, bend that knee, shoulders back, tighten the belt, and pulse. Again, think about where that neck is, in alignment with that spine. So you can do 10 of these or you can work up to 20. I quite like 20. I think I do 20 in classes. And then stretch back to child's pose. Good work. Come through to sitting, and we're just going to open up those hips and stretch those glutes. So on hands wide, and we're going to do our hip opening side to side, twisting through that way. So I want you to think about gluing your bottom in place so you don't bum shuffle forwards. And then see if you can take the arm off. So the trick is we want that rotation, so we're driving through the hip and the waist. If you want to, it just depends whether you want to push through that arm. You don't have to, especially if you've got problems with elbows or wrists. You can just stay lower down. Okay, so you've got the options there. Last one, up, and then come sit. So I want feet together for this one. This is just a little stretch. Slide your bottom in closer to your heels. Hands around the feet, and then grow as tall as you can up through the spine. So we're just gently easing the knees down. I want that sense of drawing up, lifting that sternum, and just breathe. We've just got a couple more exercises to do after this. Okay, bring the legs back together. I'm going to get to lay down. Come here so you can see me. Okay, so a little bit more for all those desk-bound people. Bridge, so on arms down by sides, feet and knees hip distance apart, and just let the spine settle. And from there you're going to flatten the back to the ground, so we tilt the pelvis, push through the floor, peel on up, one vertebrae at a time. So we want the hips lifting, we want that length, tailbone and pubic bone. Bring your arms up and over, and then exhale, we're going to circle and roll back down, one vertebrae at a time. And again, tilt, peel on up, breath in, circle, and roll back down. And again, tilt, peel on up, and exhale. And again, so letting that move through the vertebrae. Really nice one for lengthening. Bring up those hips, we get that nice lengthening out through the hip flexors. And then we exhale and we're lengthening out through that spine, rocking back to neutral. Okay. Right, now let's finish with the core stuff and you'll be all done. So I have to bring your legs up to tabletop. So tabletop is just knees above the hips, just let the spine settle. We wanted that sense of being able to draw the core in, so it holds you nice and stable here without arching or pushing the tummy up. You want to be able to feel the tailbone and pubic bone lengthening, the ribs settle into the mat or the ground. Now because when you sit in this position, your hip flexors get really good at holding you here. So they tighten and the core switches off. So I don't want to do exercises where we're in tabletop for a long time if you're at a desk job. So we're going to hug one knee in, so it takes the pressure off the hip flexor. We're going to extend the other leg away, so that then we're lengthening that hip flexor and getting the core to try and switch on to control the weight of that leg. And then we're going to switch. Okay? And switch. So we exhale. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. So I want these done really slowly. Inhale. Because we want those hip flexors to unlock and lengthen. If you find that's pulling too much on the neck, the head can be down on the ground. Try not to let that back arch. So as you lower the leg, if you find your back arches because it's just super tight, just kick up in the air. So we don't take so much weight through the back. So we want to be able to keep this stable and the hip flexors relaxed as much as possible. They're just an awareness muscle. They shouldn't be holding the whole weight of the leg. We want your core and those deep back muscles doing that for you. Last one. Good work. Okay, hug the knees in. Have a little rock. Bring your hands round behind the head, elbows wide, and you've got a choice of keeping the phone's getting old. Doesn't hold its battery for long. Just as well, the video's nearly finished. So we're cycling, lengthening through. And again, if you feel that back arching, don't let the legs go too low. Keep them up higher in the air. So again, we're moving through that range. We're not asking the hip flexor to stay in a stuck position. We want it to flow and lengthen and feel the length and weight of the leg out of the tummy. Keep breathing slow and steady, just comfortable breaths into the rib cage, the back and the belly. Little breather, and then we're going to cycle backwards. You're so close, girls, nearly done. Roll up if the head's coming up, otherwise keep it on the ground, and then I'm going to get to push away. So again, make the circles smaller and higher up towards the ceiling. If you can't hold that position, it's arching your back. If you've got the strength, then you can lengthen and increase that circumference of your circles. Keep breathing. Last one. And rest in. Good work. Now we're going to do some reverse curls. We'll start hands underneath the legs. So only 2 more exercises to go. This one and a waist twist. So here we're just going to rock and try and lift that bottom. So here we're trying to challenge the lower tummy. We're also getting a good stretch through that lower back. And you may find you don't get a huge amount of movement to start with, and that is perfectly okay. Progression would be hands by sides and trying to control that movement. So we inhale up and exhale back through. So that movement can be as small or as big as you can do. But the idea is that we're working with control, especially as we come back down to the ground. Do one more. I'm sure we've done lots of those now. And then we're going to finish with waist twists. So we're going to take arms out to the side, palms up. And try and settle the shoulders. Let the head relax. I want you to drop the knees over to the right and look through to the left. Take a breath. And as you exhale, let the legs come one at a time and rotate. Stretch out through the fingers. We're trying to allow the shoulders to sit into the ground. Big breath in and exhale. Come back over. If you are really tight through the back and the waist, this is a beautiful stretch just to help open up that body and just encourage movement. And up and over. And again. I'll do one more each side. I think we will be all done, people. Last one. And then come all the way over onto one side. Gently push up so we don't get dizzy. Sit comfortable, however that may be. Have a little roll of your shoulders. Drop ear to one side and roll through. Chin to chest. Ear to shoulder. And you're all done. Awesome. Thank you, ladies.